Monster Brick Reviews.
Hi friends, here is a look at the CUBIMANA roller coaster set. We'll look at the box, we'll talk about what you're getting, we'll look at the bags and what you're getting in the bags. We'll also look at the instruction manual, see how easy it is to read. And then I have some thoughts about this particular set and how they solved the roller coaster problem of how to keep it going in a loop. So taking a look at the box here, we see that this is branded as CUBIMANA and it is set number HG1006, 926 pieces. What you're getting here is Lego's new coaster track design, and it is built around in a loop, and it comes back around, and the normal coaster set that Lego introduced has a mechanical battery or power operated lift that is on a chain, and it grabs each of these coaster cars and brings it up to an elevated height, then drops it down. So what this set has done is to solve that, and we'll talk about that later in this video. Now, what you're seeing here, I thought, was originally just a space theme. And I thought it was sort of on the slim side, and they were trying to do something that might be on the moon or on Mars. But then I took a closer look and realized that this is a theme park roller coaster. The giveaway, the dead giveaway, is that there's a hot dog cart, right, with a hot dog on it and an umbrella. So this is actually meant to be something you might see at a Six Flags attraction or theme park. And you see here that it actually says roller coaster, and now all of these space elements are actually theming elements that you might find on this ride. So makes way more sense, and now I think that this elevates the story and makes it a lot more accessible and actually interesting to me, because now it is doing two things. It is a theme park ride, but within the world of that theme park, it is a space ride. So it has things like a rocket, it's got planet Earth, I would guess. It's got a satellite. This is a ticket booth here where you can buy a ticket. This, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's a wormhole that the coaster is traveling through. I'm not sure what this is here. Maybe it generates that wormhole or that portal. A little bit hard to see here, but right in the center of the track is an alien egg in bright trans neon green. It's got some teeth, things like that. So it's a little bit of danger there. You see here one of the two cars, and you can send the cars one at a time, one passenger at a time. It's got this big structure here with these girder pieces and a space shuttle, clouds, just this design element showing, hey, this is a space oriented theme park ride. Then you've got this, it says cabin station on it here, but I like to think of this as the queuing and the ride area where you get onto the ride. So this opens up, it's an airlock. Maybe they queue up in here, a couple of people at a time, and then you go ahead and you get on to to each of the cars. And there's a satellite here. This here might be a camera, like where they take a photo of you as you're coming down just on the drop. So that's there. All right, and on the side here is a better look at that alien egg. That looks nice and mysterious. And here is a better image of that camera that you're seeing. All right, in the back, another view of this at a little bit of a lower angle, and here you see that the airlock opens up, and this is kind of neat. It has a laser gate, and so once you're in there, you're gated until it's opened up. Here's a better look at the ticket counter. It says service. It's got a bit of a skylight going and a nice little build for the satellite. All right, and then looking at the bags, We have bag 1, 2, and 3. Now, anytime I see these bags that have these red numbers on white boxes, I immediately am a little bit unhappy because these bags always feel really chalky. So it means that your hands feel really dry. They feel really weird. I don't know what's going on here, but 10 out of 10 times, if you see bags like this, they're going to be chalky and they're going to leave your hands feeling a little bit gross. So I'll probably, once I get the parts out and start building, I'm going to throw these things away immediately because I don't enjoy how they feel. So you can see inside bag 1, there is a brick separator. It's their own design. Now all of the parts are Lego compatible. They're the right size, the right color. So you should be able to add your own Lego parts and they will fit right in. They will click right in and the colors should be pretty close. And you see here there's some smaller parts, some trans blue parts, and on the back here you see a lot of the structure and the foundation pieces. Here's the egg, here's the skylight. Now that might be a unique piece. It's kind of a rounded large piece there. This set does not come with any minifigures, but you can probably put in your own. They just need to look like people who would show up at a theme park. So just your normal civilians. And here you see some of the roller coaster pieces. There is a piece of string here, and that's for the winch that will bring the car up. And these roller coaster pieces, I don't know if I've seen them in this color before. This is dark blue, is what that is. It's not. It might look black on the camera, but it's dark blue. Some of the seats for the coaster cars. I think these are pieces for the coaster cars. Some of Lego's cloud pieces are in here. And then of course these big girder pieces. Yeah, so let's look at bag 3. What else do we got in here? This looks like it might be that main structure that you're building with these pieces. The orange, the white, the airlock, the gray, the light gray, a plate. And these are skylights that you find at the top here on either side. I think those are nice. And this is a printed piece. I like that they did this as a printed piece. And look at that. It is a schematic or a diagram style thing of the coaster. So that's reminiscent of what you might see on Star Tours. They show you and tell you about the spacecraft that you'll be on. I like that that is a printed piece because transparent stickers sometimes will bubble up when you put them on a transparent piece of glass, or what's supposed to be glass. There's the umbrella for the hot dog cart. This set does have stickers. Here's the sticker sheet. Looks like we've got solar panels here, decorations that say roller coaster, something that says ticket, radar, service, cabin station, and then these kind of caution lines and controls here. All right, let's take a look at the manual. It is matte finish. It's bound and quite a few pages. Jumps right into bag 1 and what you're going to be building with bag 1. That's a good look at some of the parts without everything else in the build. The pacing is okay. It's a slightly on the smaller side, but I think it's acceptable because the book is a little bit larger format. You can see it's telling you where to put the stickers. And each of the steps, it grays out the previous parts from the last step so that you can focus on the new parts that are being added in that step. I like that when they do that. The only potential side effect is if you're adding in gray pieces, they may get lost and you won't be able to find them because the gray looks just like the grayed out version from the previous step. Here's a look at that wormhole or portal that you're going to be building. Here's a look at that egg that you put together. Bag 2, you start to add all the coaster track. They're all elevated. They're built up. They have unique ways of building them up so that it's not just exposed the beams, or those girder, those thin, narrow pillar support pieces. It looks like there's more to it than that. I also noticed that for the main lift, it has things that look like hydraulic supports that they put on the back of it. Here's a look at what you can call the elevator for that coaster. Here's a look at the center shaft. And as far as the structure goes, here's what they came up with to make sure this stays upright and doesn't fall over. More of the coasters. And then quite a bit of a build out for that loading area. I think it's well done, and they've dedicated quite a bit of parts to it. All right, and that's what it looks like finished. Different angles, different views. All right, and there you go. Now let's talk about how they're pulling this off. So after Lego introduced their roller coaster that had the full motored elevator in it, they also did smaller roller coasters that were just a loop. And in that loop, you'd have to manually push it up and around, and then gravity would take over for a portion of it, maybe half of it. And this is a solution. The first time I saw this solution was when my friends Boone Langston and Mark Cruikshank built a roller coaster in the first season, first episode of Lego Masters USA. And they built trees, and they had a tree with a vertical lift that was powered by, I want to say, Mindstorms, and it went straight up and then would take you down. And I thought that was an amazing solution for this. And of course, Boone, being who he is, came up with a great way to solve the problem of creating this looping and lift, and just that it would keep going and going and going. And so to see someone else try and implement that in a set, I think is terrific. This is something that Lego might not ever do themselves, maybe just thinking that it's too much effort for a child to do. So we'll see. I did watch a video on the product page showing how this works, and it does look a little on the slow side. So when they're turning this, there's a lot of turning for a lot of not very much movement vertically. So what I might try to do is add a motor to this just to see what'll happen. It may go up too fast. It might actually come up and then break the top of it. We'll try it out. I'm gonna try adding a motor when I build this and review it, and we'll see how it goes. I also like that they built in this immediate dip. So that's a good way when you kick this off with your finger, it'll have that first bit of momentum, and then that'll carry it around this curve and down and then back around. So I think that's really cool. I don't see any kind of stop here, so I think that's why there's a stop here at the back, because otherwise when the lift is coming down, you might have a problem where the car falls right off the track and ends up in a dangerous spot when the elevator comes back down. So there are things that you do need to think about in universe if you were actually building this for real, but should be a pretty fun build, and it is a great homage to theme park design. So I really like what they've done here and look forward to building it. All right, so if you could like this video, if you could subscribe to my channel, it would help me out a bunch. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.